I'm thinking. Well, first of all, I am glad it's still bright. So this is my second day in a row. I'm starting a new streak of coming on when it's still daytime. So this is good. This is good. So thinking. It's something we do whether we like it or not. Thoughts come, and sometimes we spend time thinking. I was listening to one of my mentors yesterday, Forbes Riley, and she had on Les Brown, and he said something that was very interesting about thoughts. So thoughts will come, but you don't have to accept what your thoughts are telling you. In other words, I like the way he said it, and I can't remember exactly what he said, but the essence is the thoughts will come, but you don't have to accept what the thoughts that come. And I forgot to go live on the other devices. Here we go. I was getting ready for that. Okay, so thoughts will come, and they just sometimes some crazy thoughts come. What do you do with those crazy thoughts? Let them go. Say, no, I'm not doing that. I need to do that more, especially when it comes to eating sweet things. Like, no, I don't need that right now. I didn't do that yesterday though. Had a couple of cakes. Even though I had said, no, I'm not going. See, but the thought came and I didn't address it. So I'm learning. So thoughts come. The best way to address a thought is to ask a question. Is that going to serve me? Hopefully you say no, especially if it's doing something that you know won't serve you. No, that won't serve me. So thoughts lead to questions. Questions lead to answers. So you ask a question, you get an answer. And that answer will determine your actions, and the action will give you a result. So TQAAR, thinking, questions, answers, action, results. Just my take on thinking. The more you think of yourself in terms of your worth, the better off you are when dealing with people, which we all do, because then you're not seeking the affirmation of others, because you're comfortable in who you are. You know who you are. You don't need to seek validation from others. And thank you, Rico. I see some people joining. Thank you. I still got to figure out how to do this. So I'm going to ask one of my friends who does this on a more regular basis. So, but thank you. Thank you so much for your comments. There's another story about some fishermen. This was very interesting. So what they do is, when they catch crabs, if they only catch one crab and they put the crab in a bucket, they cover the bucket because the crab will run out. But if there's more than one crab, they leave it open. I find that very interesting. And I asked, why do you leave it open? It's because the crabs keep themselves from running out. So if there's more than one, if one is trying to run out, the second one will be pulling it down, and vice versa. So they're keeping each other from advancing. This is a trait about people who don't have success. Looking for ways to pull people down in what they say, the way they talk about others. It's pulling other people down. Have you met some people like that? All they can think of is, oh, this person is down, this person is not this person is that, and nagging, pulling somebody else down. The saying goes, if you don't have something good to say about someone, don't say anything. Better not to say anything rather than talk about them. So we don't want to be in the same basket of pulling people down, whether it's playing politics, promoting mediocrity, just acknowledging people when they've done nothing. We want to make sure that you don't become a crab. Now I see why they say people have a crabby attitude. You may have heard that statement. That person has a crabby attitude. Now I know where it came from. So you don't want to be in a place where you're insecure and you put people down because you're insecure of your insecurity. Rather, celebrate other people's achievements, acknowledge them, elevate them when needed or when relevant, so that, you know how another saying, a rising tide, what does it do? It lifts all the boats. All the boats in the river, if the tide is rising, all the boats are going to be lifted. So if you're raising somebody up and lifting them up, guess what? You also will be lifted up. No doubt. You also will be lifted up. There's a great illustration that I use when working with the youth, especially when it comes to bullying, because a bully is someone who is very insecure and they feel that by putting other people down, they can elevate themselves. And it doesn't work like that. It's the other way. You lift people up, you yourself will be lifted up. Put people down, you will be put down. So let's think about that. Thinking. I'll see you tomorrow. God bless.